All right, welcome to Rebel Member Spotlight. I'm so excited to have Angela Hook here today with us. Angela and I met, well, I think it was more than 4 months ago. I feel like you joined longer than 4 months, or though you've done so much in 4 months, it seems like you've been a member for a year. But Angela is the founder and creator of Forever Evolving, and her mission is to help people with information really on cultivating and restoring relationships, staying focused on their goals, and enhancing their skill development. She's a lifelong resident of Lansing, Michigan, which she said is snowed in right now. And me being on California, I can't appreciate that, but I know you are in the snow right now. And over the last 56 years, she takes pride in her community of Lansing, Michigan. She's passionate about speaking, teaching, coaching, and helping others reach their highest potential in life. Thank you so much. I know that you're doing a lot of work within Revel with that mission. So I know women over 50 are reveling in all the information you're giving to them. She is a wife, a mother, and a grandmother. Hard to believe that you're a grandmother. And that family is your main focus. But I really want to talk about your business, your past experience, how you got into Forever Evolving, which I love the name, that we are continuing to evolve, that I think sometimes we get told as we age, we need to kind of settle into what we've accomplished, and to have someone help us understand, oh no, you can still not be different, but evolve and be the best version of yourself. So we're excited to have you here today, excited for our membership to get to know you a little bit better. That's the purpose of the Member Spotlight, is to really give a story to the face that we may see on the pages of Rebel. So welcome, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Tell me more about how Forever Evolving came to be. I know you've done a lot of schooling and you're getting your second master's right now. So
Yes. Yes.
more about that.
Okay. So actually, how I got started with Forever Evolving, I've always had a passion to work with women. I love to work with women to help to develop them, to share information with them, to help them to reach their highest potential in life. Because sometimes I feel like women get stuck.
Yeah.
And as I started to grow and develop in my life, Forever Evolving came to me because I believe that every person should be growing, developing, and changing over the lifespan of their lives. And so that name was birthed out of that, just for the fact of if you're not growing, then you are in a place of being um, like in a place of just not moving forward. And I think it's important that we all are at whatever area of life we're at, we should be growing in that area. And so my focal point, you talked about that, is to really work on building and cultivating relationships. The main focus of my business is all about relationships. I think relationships are just the key aspect of anything that we do, you know, and some people don't know how to have those relationships, whether that be with a spouse, it could be with a significant other, a mother, a daughter, a sister. And in those relationships, you grow, people change, people develop. And so when they do, what do you do with those relationships? Well, we talk about skill building. Sometimes it's just all about learning how to build skills around that relationship that you did not have when you first entered into it. And so that's what we do right now, Forever Evolving. Within the next 2 years, my goal is to open up my own practice. It will be Forever Evolving Counseling Services. And through that, I will be, my focal point will be on women that deal with trauma and also ACEs, adult childhood experiences. And I'm excited about that. And women that have women issues. And so that's just a little bit about what Forever Evolving, how we got started, and where my potential growth or goal for that is to go into a counseling practice.
That's fantastic. Did you have really strong women in your life or mentors or role models that kind of helped you saw the importance of having somebody like that in one's life?
Um, I could say the relationship that I had with my mother was a very strained relationship. And so, because of that, I knew the importance of a mother and daughter relationship. And that was a springboard for Forever Evolving. I started off doing conferences on the heart of true sisterhood. And I wrote a book on that particular topic. And the reason why I did that is because so many times I didn't feel like relationships was authentic. And so I said, what does the heart of true sisterhood really look like? And I believe that every relationship, when it comes to a woman, starts with her mother, especially when you talk about woman to woman relationships.
Yeah.
That relationship starts with the mother. And so, if something is missing in that relationship as you grow and become an adult woman, it's very hard for you sometimes to connect with another woman unless you have that mentor. And so, to go to your question is yes, I discovered that during that time I didn't have that relationship with my mother. She passed on, but I was able to bring some other women into my life to kind of model that for me, to kind of model what that looked like, a healthy, a whole, and a thriving relationship with another woman. And so through that process of me having those conferences, it started to take me into, okay, my next step. And I started to think about as an older woman, I'm like, okay, as an older woman, seasoned woman, we're forever growing. And in that, that's how Forever Evolving came about.
I love that. Yeah, and I was going to ask you about midlife and women. I feel like in midlife, we go from this competition to collaboration. If you start to really listen to your internal voice and open yourself up to that collaboration, it's pretty amazing. I don't know if you've had any of those experiences in midlife, or you want to talk about that.
Oh my God, yes, I have had those experiences with being able to collaborate. I think that's part of what my passion is birthed out of. Being able to see women and giving them those opportunities. I have what I call my motivational Mondays, and I bring women on every third Monday to give them that opportunity to talk about what it is that they're doing. And that's a part of collaboration
Yeah.
without feeling like, well, no, I don't want to bring her on. We're in competition. No, it's all about raising other women up. It's all about empowering other women, giving women an opportunity that sometimes they're not able to get. And so that's that time where I put the focus on them. It's all about them. It's all about what they do. And we collaborate because not only do I help them, they help me.
Yeah, exactly. I think that you give what you get. I always use that adage, and it's so interesting when you start your mindset changes a bit. It turns into this very powerful opportunity for you.
Yes.
I love that you believe that too. How has your midlife journey been? Do you find any resistance or any exclusion being in midlife?
I did. In the beginning, I was really struggling with the fact my age. I mean, I love the person that I'm becoming. It's like a flower that's blooming all over again.
Beautiful.
But one of the things that I was missing, I am always giving. People always look to me a lot, kind of like in this coaching model or mentoring model. Well, I wanted to be around other women that experience what I was experiencing as a seasoned woman. And I didn't have a whole lot of people that I could kind of like say, okay, we could just really sit down and talk about where we are, far as business, spirituality, far as where I'm going back to school. And so I started to Google women 50 and over. Because I was just wanted that, I had that whole, like, I just wanted to feel that peace with women that was over 50.
Yeah.
And so I began to do that, and Rebel came up. It was just
And
like,
that's how you found Rebel.
okay,
All right.
never heard of that before. And I was excited. It's like, I get an opportunity to really connect with women that are, we can identify
Yeah.
about where we are in life.
Yeah.
So yes.
Well, I know one of the things too, and I don't know with your clients if you find this, sometimes the groups we've been around for 15 years, you have kids, I have kids, you go through school with these group of women or families, and then people, either your family or your friends, you may have a different version of yourself or an enhanced, evolved version of yourself that this group that you've been with for so long may not see. So I know for me, Rebel also gave me that opportunity for women that were like-minded, that were about evolving and not kind of settling in. So I'm so thrilled that you found Rebel. I know you've become quite involved with Rebel. You started as a member. I think I may have had a phone call with you way back when. And then you part of the entrepreneur group, you joined the Rebel Market holiday marketplace this year. So talk about why you joined. You joined because you were looking for like-minded women, it sounded like, and
Yes.
how it's evolved. Because now you're hosting events. I'd love to the members hear more about the events you're hosting and kind of your journey with Rebel.
Yeah. Thank you for asking. When I first participated in a Revel event, I think the first one was no, it was a meeting. I just felt so absolutely comfortable and safe. And that's important for me.
Yeah.
I mean, the women there, it was just so, the atmosphere of it, even though we were doing it through Zoom, the atmosphere was so welcoming. It was just like, yes, this is a good fit for me. And as you talked about like-minded women, and the amazing thing that I like about Revel, because you have so many events that you can get involved with. You have so many selections, that things that kind of cater to who you are. And after I participated in the first one, I just knew I was sold. I said, I ain't going nowhere. This is going to be a part of my network. I love the camaraderie with the women here. I love the fact that we can talk about things that relate to us as women over 50. And I also like the fact that they had an entrepreneur group, because I think sometimes, as you stated, women over 50, sometimes I find that they feel like, okay, I'm just done.
Yeah.
Well, that's not my story. I'm like at a place in my life right now that I'm evolving like I've never have before. And I'm loving myself in a way that I've never did before. And so I like to get around those type of women that we can kind of stir one another on. And so after I started going, and I wanted to just go before I actually jumped in and got involved. And then I decided I was going to hold my first event. And it was a success. It was a success. Everyone that I've had participation. I just like the way
What was the first event?
we did. The first one that I did was Women in Action. No, not Women in Action. I'm sorry. Women in Transition.
Okay.
That was the first one that I did. And it was such a success. The women there, they really put on the information, because I was talking about transition. How do we as women transition? What do your transition look like? The second one I had it was in regards to vision boards. Okay, let's look at vision boards. Let's look at what do your life look like for you in your next stage? And so it was really really interesting to be able to listen to the women. And it wasn't just me educating them. It was more so I had opportunity for them to share. And I think that's what really made it what it was, because they had an opportunity to do that
Yeah,
sharing.
and I think it's so important what you said, giving them a safe space to share, because sometimes we're so
Yes.
afraid to even vocalize what we may be um, dreaming about, or and to have a safe small space to put that out in the universe and get some feedback from somebody is so powerful. It's just a power that you give someone to allow them to transition and have change and evolve if they were questioning it before. So that's fantastic. So that two of the women in transition, it's a series, right?
Yes,
And so you have three left, you said?
I have 3 more left.
Okay, so people
Yes.
can still sign up for those, or is that a closed group now?
It's not a closed group, and actually, it's all 3 of them, from my knowledge, is full.
Okay.
So, yeah, because what happened was after I had the first 2, pretty much the same women registered for the next 3 sessions.
Okay, so maybe that's something, if people are interested, they could at least shoot you a note, and maybe if somebody
Yes,
backs out, they can add themselves to a wait list and,
yes.
okay, and I know
And
that,
sometimes I open it up. So if somebody sends me an email and say, I really would like, could you contact me? I'll say I'll open it up for you and allow them to come in. I kind of limit it to 10 because I like that small group intimacy where people can have more opportunity to share.
yeah,
And so, yeah, but I'm more than happy to open it up to other women.
and then you also do another group,
Yes, the other group that I do is a woman's devotional book club. And what we do is every Sunday, we have a devotional that we read out of Joyce Meyer's, one of her books. And all the women have an opportunity to share about that devotional, and I'll ask questions. And so that has been really, really a powerful experience for the women that have participated in that.
well, I know you were sharing with me beforehand that you now have a co-host with that,
Yes,
and
yes.
so how did that all happen?
Tina came to one, that was her first meeting. She stated, and she came, and just through her personality, she just fit right in. It was just like, oh my, I just love her personality. And so she came back a couple of times, and at the end, because I was only going to do 4 sessions, because I wanted to see how it was going to go. And so after the 4 sessions, I said, okay, I'm looking for a co-host because I want someone else to kind of, help out with this leadership wise. And I opened it up and said, okay, who wants to become a co-host? And so she was one of the second ones to said that she would do it. And I was really excited because she was one of the ones that I had in mind,
Oh, perfect.
because she was just very confident. She got along well with everybody. And so I'm just so grateful that she said yes to become a co-host.
Well, that's fantastic. I love that story of that was her first event, the evolution. You're evolving every relationship you're in. It sounds like you're always constantly trying to get them to grow and be better and stronger and more involved
Yes,
or more inclusive of people. So
yes.
I love that mindset that you have for people. So what would you tell somebody if they don't know about Rebel, and what's your kind of statement about Rebel that you'd like to share or could share with us?
I would say if you are seeking to be around like-minded women that not only can challenge you to grow, but you can also challenge them. I like it because it's just so much flavor within Revel. I mean, it's so many different people from all walks of life. And you can feel that it's not so much about race, it's not so much about culture, because that makes Rebel, because you have so many different people. But when you come in, everybody makes you feel connected. And that's what I would say if you're looking for connection, if you're looking for growth, if you're looking for development, if you're looking for friendship, all of that is there in Revel. So whatever you're seeking, what I like, you will find it. It's
Well,
not one thing that you don't seek, that you're not seeking, that it's not there. And if it's not there, guess what? You can create
exactly. I
it.
was just gonna say, if it's not there, and once you get to that point, you can create whatever group you want to, which is
That's
beautiful.
right.
Find like-minded people. I know your groups. So the Women in Transition and the Women Devotional Book Club, are there women from across the nation, or are they more in Michigan? Where are these women that are part of your group?
Well, we have women from different states. So, but the majority of them, I'm thinking, don't get me wrong, is like in West Coast, I think it is.
Okay.
I have to make sure. That's a good question. But yes, I am the only one from Michigan that I have actually came across. It seems like everyone that I participate in, they'll say, "Where are you from?" I say, "Michigan," and I'm the only one.
Oh, well, we gotta fix that. But
Yes, yes.
we'll get you
Um,
out there because you're one of the best salespersons we have out there on the streets recruiting women.
Yes,
But I love your story. I love the journey you've had with Revel, but also personally and professionally. I think you live your evolving message, forever evolving message in all parts of your life. So I think it's such an important story to tell. And I'm so glad we got the chance to just kind of fill in the blank spots of Angela Hook, who she is and what she's about. And I really appreciate you taking the time today to be part of the Member Spotlight program at Revel. And I hope I hope warm weather is on the way for you.
hopefully.
And I look forward to participating more in your upcoming groups. And if people are interested in being part of any of your groups, just to reach out to you directly through the inbox, through the chat box on Revel. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Well, Angela Hook, thank you so much for being with us today and being part of the Revel Spotlight, Member Spotlight. It's been a joy to talk to you, and I wish you well and be safe.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Bye-bye.